Well, I'm so excited to talk with you today, Denise and Kenna. I'm Jessica Motter. I'm the author of the book called Love Life, Be Life, Share Life, and the podcast host for Empowering Freedom. And our goal and mission in Empowering Freedom is to empower over 150,000 people to have abundant lives, whether that's more time, more money, more giving, better health, more travel, whatever that is for the person that we're talking to. And everybody has different goals and different dreams, but we believe that their dreams have been put in them for a reason. And, to empower the world. Sometimes people think it's like you have to be someone special or you have to have a certain amount of, knowledge in certain areas, but really it's just having the kindness to help other people. And so with that, I'm so excited to introduce Denise. And Denise, really this interview is really going to be you telling us who you are. So literally who you are as a person, what you like to do for fun, like everything about you. So professionally, personally, everything. So take it away. Share more about you.
Well, we'll start with personally. I was born in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Was through the 3 Mile Island situation and left Harrisburg, Pennsylvania because of that. Everybody was affected with some kind of thyroid problem, all of us, because we spent a lot of time on 3 miles. So we decided to get out of there, and I moved to University of Arizona in Tucson. And that's where I graduated from with a health degree in health science and elementary education. And I lived in Arizona, worked for 2 years as an office manager / teacher, because I was doing both. From the time I was putting myself through college, I worked in the medical field and always helping people. It's one thing I love to do. It's not just helping patients, but helping people that you get in touch with, anybody at all. It's the way of learning how to communicate, the way of showing affection, being passionate about somebody. I've always been like that. I've always been passionate towards people. I have always been loving and caring. That's why I'm at this moment in a situation where I'm basically taking care of a lot of elderly people living in the actual facility. And my forte is is basically working with patients, as I said, but I also am extremely well-rounded. I have so many different friends of different nationalities, and I'm very versatile. And I think I said that right. And I just, at this time in my life, I want to be part of like a big network where everybody works together to make everything better in the world. You have to just have dreams and go for those dreams as best you can. I'm not a negative person. I'm extremely optimistic, and believe that in the way of putting everybody together, it's empowering your freedom, really. It's a great name that you have for the podcast. And I feel I fit right in there, because everything that you are talking about is everything that I do or want to exceed more in and meet more people of the same mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ken and I are such of the same mindset of the positivity and dreams and everything and helping people. And, like you said, networking, just having this group of people tribe of people who's helping, who's making a difference together, because, one person can make a difference, but if we lock arms, one of us, two of us, three of us, 10 of us, 20, 100, whatever that is, that multiplies, and we can make a huge impact. It's just like they say, like when you throw a rock in the water, it's like a small ripple, but it gets bigger and bigger. So, we can make a really big impact. And, you're in California, which is amazing. What's the temperature like there today?
It's actually, I'm out in a place called Palmdale. It's like out in the desert, and it's gorgeous because you can see the mountain tops. I'm at a friend's house right now. They're all snow capped, but yet you're in like a desert oasis kind of. It's I think it's only going to be like 60 today, and the snow capped mountains, I'm sure it's 30 or under because the snow's still there. I'm just visiting a friend, getting out of the surroundings that I was in, because I just sometimes feel very captive there. That's where I am. It has everything at one place.
Right.
So, I mean, it's wonderful to have that, especially when that's where you're living for the rest of your life. But when you're young like me, you got to get out and do things and
Yes.
go. So
Yes.
that's why I'm here, and trying to make a decision as to where I'm going to move to.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm working on right now, because unfortunately in Newport, California beach area, it's extremely expensive to live. This is a totally different area, from basically the Los Angeles area alone, because Newport Beach is a lot more expensive,
Mhm.
very expensive.
Yeah,
So I'm going to see.
about Laguna a few minutes ago, and it's interesting because we actually went to a friend's wedding in Laguna. It was
Oh, you
beautiful.
did?
Yeah, yeah. And my husband actually, because we were going out of town, I told you, so he was like looking through all of his he keeps all of the old, like shampoos or whatever, and he's like trying to go through
Yep.
and use them up.
Those
And
little things that you get from
yeah,
hotels.
so he had one from Laguna that he showed me this morning actually. So it's funny. I was like, that's a long time ago. Like you still have that. So
It's so beautiful here.
yeah,
It's so clean. I gotta
yeah,
say that.
yeah.
Very, very clean.
And I
LA
love,
is horrible.
oh yeah, yeah, the big,
Horrible.
yeah, yeah. So tell us if you just had, I was like, here you go, you have $1 million in the bank, you don't have to think about anything. The rest of your expenses are, everything's taken care of. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. You've won the lottery. It's a million, it's way, way more than $1 million plus, right? Like you're fine. You have enough to do anything you want. Like it's unlimited. What would you do with the time that you have and the money you have?
I definitely have to work or do something. I wouldn't mind doing volunteer work in a certain area that I love. I do have a passion for working with abused children, and human trafficking is a very important, issue. I donate a lot to that. Alzheimer's, there are different, things that I like to dedicate my time to,
Mm-hmm.
either work in it for pay, which would be nice, but I don't need the money, so it wouldn't matter either way. Of course, it
Right.
would be nice if you're working to make something, but it's giving back.
Right.
So, if I can work for a nonprofit organization and not make that much money, but at least be able to have something of my dreams happening. It's working. It's, getting out there to the public and getting the public maybe more interested in what we're doing, or start supplying things to children and places that just don't have it. They don't have it. They need background. They need fundraising. I'd be all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're good at fundraising?
Yes, I
Okay.
am. It depends on I've done it with, again, Casa de los Niños in Tucson, Arizona. I started like a chapter of raising money for the kids, and it was great fun. I didn't know anything about really regulations, FDA, or what all that stuff. And
Right.
it's totally different in Arizona than it is here. But something like that, learning about something that is going to be an incredible achievement and also help the whole public. You see it. That's what's important to me, seeing growth. And I'd love to be part of that. I just want to be part of an environment where people are using their powers to better things. That's
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah. What
Mhm.
are some of your favorite places to travel to or to be?
I absolutely love Europe. And I've only gone once on a trip there. I went to Israel, but I was young, and it's beautiful. Israel's really beautiful. It's a lot like here, it's a lot like Tucson, Arizona, with water. And there's a lot of opportunities in Israel that people don't know about. Really good opportunities. But my favorite place is Rome, the Vatican. Oh my God, anything that is showing me ancient ruins is
Mhm.
so incredibly interesting to me. So I love going there. I love going to Hawaii. My girlfriend's there. She always puts me up, and that's a big island. And then I've been to Maui, all those little places, but Maui would mean going with somebody, a significant other. At this point, I don't have one, which is good in a way. I'm happy. So those are mainly the places. United States, I really don't have a special place. I don't really like Florida's weather. I like it. If I'm going to say where would I really like the most, I would have to say both Southern California and Northern California. Those are the two places that I really, really like if you get into the right areas.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah. And you talked about family a little bit before I think right as I was getting on. And I was upstairs, like mom situation. So I was like filling up and stuff like that. So tell me again, kids, grandkids, what do you got going on?
I have one daughter. She is 30 years old, just turned 30. I had introduced her about close to 5 years ago to a gentleman in my building that had moved in and bought a condo right above me. Nice looking guy. So I scared him when he came off the elevator by asking him, "Are you single?" He's like looking at me like I'm nuts. And I'm really, really good at referring. I have, like, everybody thinks I should open up a referral business because this is like the third person that we called a mitzvah. I get things back when you give out to somebody, you just get good back. So I asked him if he was interested in getting fixed up. He said yes. I didn't tell him it was my daughter until like later. I showed him pictures and he went, "Oh my gosh, yeah, I'd like to get a hold of her." So I took a picture of him, sent it to my daughter, asked her if it would be okay if he phoned her. She said yes. Long story short, I don't know anything for 4 months. I just think it was blown over. And I get a picture with my daughter and him in Hawaii saying, "Oh my God, we owe you this one." And they ended up moving in together. They've been living together for about 4 years, and save the date, they're getting married on June 3rd.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
He is the most wonderful guy. I mean, I love him. I really, really do. It's wonderful. I'm so beyond excited because I only have one child. You know, like, this is like the best thing in the entire world that can happen. I mean, I'm just so
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a little upset. My mother passed away for like 4 months. Let me see, 4 months ago. And it's been, I was planning on going back to Florida to see her. And the week I booked it, it was the first time they had a hurricane. So they canceled my flight. So I said, okay, I'm going to rebook it. And when I had decided to rebook it, I actually did, was when my mother just went into like a severe dementia mode. And they ended up moving her to hospice, and she had COPD, and she ended up passing away like literally a day later. I was so upset. I feel so guilty because I didn't get to see her. And that's hard, very, very hard.
That is really hard. I'm sorry. I know grief is so hard. We've had some deaths in our family recently, and gosh, in the last couple of years too. And it's just really hard. And
it is. I've lost like 3 people in the last year to 2 of them suicide. One of them, we don't know. And they're young people. And that's been hard for me because it's just devastating.
Well, you, Ken, and I are kind of the same. Sounds like in like our hearts is we care a lot about people. We're very, what they call empaths, or people who are very empathetic. And so that really like hurts us too, and really in our emotions, and that grief cycle is really hard. And, it just comes up again and again and again. And, in stressful situations, like making ready for this trip.
Definitely.
I think of this grief cycle still here.
Just remember, just wear warm, make sure you have layered clothes. And that's all you need. Now I'm learning how to really travel. Roll your clothes.
Oh yeah,
roll
I do
everything up. Honestly, God, I got so much in my suitcase by just rolling. And then
know.
I have those, I have the travel bags. So like everything, underwears are on one side, not bras on the other. And, it's just easy now to pack when you do it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Did you see that new packing? It looks like Samsonite, and you open it up and the whole thing comes out and it's all like layers of, oh, it's amazing. And I forget the name of it. But you just take this one suitcase, everything's extremely organized because you just pick it up.
Oh, that's cool. You'll have to send that to us.
Yeah, I will, definitely.
Yeah, Ken and I got to go on a cruise together in October. And then we're going to have more trips too. And you can even come with us. So anytime you want to come.
That sounds good to me. I have
Yeah.
so much freedom right now. This is the time of my life to do the real things I want to do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Sounds
time.
great.
Yeah. Lots of fun. So yeah, it was her first cruise ever. And yeah, she hadn't been out of town in quite a while. And so it was a good time. So
Where'd you go on the cruise?
So we stopped in the Bahamas, the Atlantis area. So there's a port right by there for the
Right.
Bahamas.
I know what that
is the Royal Caribbean spot there. So we stopped there. Yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, that's my speed, like for traveling. That's what I love. The
Have you
beach.
been to Alaska on a ship cruise?
I have.
Amazing, isn't
That's
it?
amazing too. Yes.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing, but extremely depressing seeing all the glaciers melting. Not as many whales. I think I saw one time we went out, but they're not as many now, sightings. Just really sad, but I love Alaska. Beautiful.
Yeah. Even Cabo, New Year's Eve, we went 2 years in a row. That's usually we had gone there like
I was there. I was there during New Year's Eve. Yeah.
You were? Oh,
A couple times. I stayed at the Rio one time, and then there's another beautiful hotel next to it, Palace or something, blue and white. I forget the name of it, but
Yeah.
you go directly out into the beach, and that's like the main area in between the hotels that everybody went. There's like that one area. So I'm sure I probably ran into you somewhere.
Yeah. And the coolest thing is that one of the mornings I think it was our last morning, I decided to go and walk on the beach, and there were turtles.
Oh, yeah. Remember the turtle? The baby turtle. We picked them up. Everybody said, don't pick them up. They pick up. I would always pick them up. They were so cute. So cute.
We got to see the whales, and my kids got to go too. My husband got to see the whales and everything. And yeah, it was a really nice time. We're definitely spoiled with our company and stuff. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share? Any advice you would give anyone, who's currently seeking an opportunity? Is there anything you want to share about yourself for anybody that would listen to this and hear about you, what you're all about? And as far as, reaching out to you for an opportunity, what would you share?
I would share, number one, you have to go with your dreams. You have to take that time in your life to work on whatever it is you want to really be or wanted to be and didn't have the chance to do it. Even if it's education, reading about things. You don't have to get a diploma, but become extremely educated about things. I'm also, an extremely outgoing, versatile woman. I'd like to meet a lot of women of the same, and men and animals, anything. But I would just say that I'm very, very good at networking. I want to be around people that have the same mindset as I have. And in helping the world in general, all getting together and finding a way to change things as a group. And they do say everything is better in numbers, as we were talking about before. And I would just try to attract the same like people and work on different projects to expand ourselves, be available at all times, be positive at all times. And give of yourself. I don't know what the word is. Just give of yourself all the time. All the time. Don't even hesitate if it's to help people. Take the chance. Take the chances. There's going to be a lot of chances. There'll be a lot of ups and downs, but you embrace it. Embrace it the best that you can, and just do everything that you want to do. It's like a bucket list. You know, you keep your bucket list and the priorities are in there, and you stick with that. Stick with exactly. I think everybody should be grateful every day, write a grateful letter, and include what your bucket list is.
Yeah, we actually, Ken and I have been reading the book, The Magic.
Oh, is that like The Secret?
Yes, the same author.
Oh, yeah.
Magic.
I know Michael Beckworth very, very well.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He owns or has a church called Agape. It's a non-denominational church. It is like going to a concert. It's unbelievable. The music, the everything. It's not about Jesus. It's just a non-denominational, spiritual, the most incredible experience I've ever, went to. I used to go every Wednesday and Sunday for like 2 years. And he is so intelligent if you listen to him. I mean, I listened to the tape, The Secret, and also read it. I like the reading better. Yeah. I'll have to read that one. So it's written by the same author.
Yep. She writes the same one. And then she also has The Hero as well. But the Magic I seem to go back to, like, I think since Kenna and I have known each other probably like 3 or 4 times. Like I literally just, and I was like, Kenna, I've got to start reading it again. So I just picked it back up a couple of days ago. Yeah.
I'm going to start reading it. I'm definitely going to start reading it.
We're doing, are you on Facebook too, Denise?
Yes, I haven't really used it, but yes, I am.
Yeah, so we're doing a challenge starting January 9th, but we've kind of already started doing some of the things in it, but it's about physical, spiritual, mental health, and just becoming your best version of yourself, and just having that accountability, that network, that community. And it's completely like, you can join us. There's no requirements or anything like that. And just like about like, getting steps in and moving your body 30 minutes a day, nothing, crazy, just like getting out, drinking water, reading 10 pages a book, of a book each day. So like the Magic is great because it's like
that's so great. That's exactly me. That's exactly what I like to do. And that sounds amazing. I'm very excited.
Yeah. That group, and but you can be a part of that. So yeah.
Yes.
Now, do you have specific health challenges yourself or any things that you're working on personally?
Nothing really. Last year I've had a lot of anxiety and depression, but I have a doctor I'm working with. I think everybody's like that. And then I turned it around and was able to use all the, encouragement. And I went through a whole situation at a place called, why am I spacing out? Hold on a minute. Oh my gosh. Why did I just forget? Silver Linings. It's called Silver Linings. It's only been around like a year now. It's been a year. It's run by this guy Bartok and Sarah, and there's like four therapists, like 4 PT, PAs, and it's about, part of it is about alcoholism, drug rehab. The other part is mental. So they have like everything under mental health, but it's every rehab that you can think of. So I was there for put myself in it for like 15 months, I think. It was the most incredible experience I've ever worked with. I loved it. It was all about this. We did exactly this numerous times. We're, working on people's mental health, helping them, and then working on addiction and people there. And I mean, I had one girl that she was drinking, but not an alcoholic. But one night she ran out and ran into the street and got hit by a huge truck, huge. And she wasn't like supposed to live, and she did, and all her rehab, and we had her with us because she was 19 years old and she needed mental health care. So we were giving her all this support. I mean, the range of people, about every nationality, every color, we had an attorney, we had a doctor, we had some guy that was in and out of jail. We had, an a guy that was addicted to heroin that has been sober for 22 years. I mean, it's like was the whole gamut of mental health care umbrella that I went to. It was just amazing.
Oh,
I would use that to refer people to that model because it's so new.
yeah,
He's amazing. You should meet him.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah,
incredible. Life changing too, just to see like all the different, like you said, all the different types of people,
right.
how all of this affects everyone. It's not any specific demographic.
No, and it was learning about people in general. I got really close to a woman that's like in her 70s that lost extremely wealthy and lost her husband. And it was crazy because they drank moderately, but they were always out and about, so extremely social, extremely. So almost every night they would have cocktails in their jacuzzi. Well, one night she went to bed early and the next morning woke up and her husband was dead in the jacuzzi. He had drank too much vodka and just went under.
Oh my God.
It was the most devastating. I went through everything with her, the funeral. I went to the funeral with her. I've still talked to her. I've been very close with her. She's a powerful woman. She's like a woman that would work in this industry. I think she does. She's still very powerful, very involved, and you would like her too. I mean, she would love this, I think.
Yeah.
Her name's Allison.
Oh, awesome. Well, I would love to meet Allison. Awesome. Thank you. And I'm sure, great connection for her. And, during that time when she really needed someone, you were there for her. So that's incredible.
Right. That's what I'd like to do. I'd like to be there for people to help them in any way I can. If they need help, support, emotional, physical, everything.
Right. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, Denise, thank you so much for your time. This is going to end our session today for the podcast. So I'll send you out the link. You can share it with you. And you can post it anytime, anywhere you want. It's completely yours to do with what you want. But we just appreciate your time. We appreciate connecting with you. And you truly have an amazing story, an amazing gift to connect with people because not everybody is a people person. Really nice to hear how you really are, just empowering people, helping people and the places that you are, the communities you're in, whether you're visiting a friend or you're, in a place where you're getting help yourself, like you're just helping people all around. So it's incredible, your story. And we truly appreciate you sharing with us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.